Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Danielle. For those of you who do not know me, hi, welcome. I'm so glad you stopped by today. Today I'm going to be playing with the Harmony palette from Creative Soul Cosmetics. This is what it looks like on the inside. I have played with this palette here on my channel in the past. It's just been a little while since I've kind of played with it, and I'm really kind of wanting to play with this mustard shade and this kind of orangey red. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Before I get started, I'm going to do this video as a voiceover because I am going to be doing my full face and all of that in this video. I've had a couple of people ask me to do a full face tutorial, and I find when I do a full face tutorial that it is easier for me to do a voiceover with it. That way the actual tutorial is not like 45 minutes long. So we're gonna go ahead and get started and jump right into the look. The next shade I'm going into is Brick, that beautiful orangey red shade. I'm taking this on to a much denser kind of fluffy brush, and it's going to go right into my crease. I'm just using this to pack it on and basically stamp it into place. I'm not worried about blending it out just yet. I'm just worried about getting it exactly where I want it versus just blending it together with that sienna shade. We'll do that in a moment. I'm gonna go back in with the brush that I had sienna on, and this is where I start to kind of blend everything together. I'm really just kind of focused on getting that orangey red blended in with sienna. I'm not too worried about creating a new color because you're going to. Then I go in with a clean fluffy brush and I'm blending out the edges. This fluffy brush has a lot more movement in it. Then I go in with the shade Midnight and take that on an angled brush. I am literally just stamping this onto the corners of my eyes because I'm going to go in with another brush in a moment. This brush is the same brush that we had sienna on and we used to kind of blend out Brick. I'm using this brush because it already has those other two colors and it'll help that black kind of really blend in. And I like the black shade in here because it blends out so well. Then we go in with the shade Golden, and I take this on my finger and I just kind of pack it onto my lid. I take these on my finger because they're much chunkier, and I find that they work better with my finger than a brush. A brush kind of makes them stick to places that I don't want it to. Then I'm going in with my Ciate London Fierce Flicks liner, and we're gonna go ahead and do a wing. I have to say, these wings came out better than other wings I've done in the past, and I don't know what I did differently. So if you guys notice anything I did differently, leave that in the comments down below. I will say this also about this palette. I don't know if it's because I left it on kind of a sticky, wet base or what happened, but I've noticed it a couple of times with this palette, and I need to kind of play around with certain things. But about 3 hours into wearing this makeup look, all of the shadow was gone from my crease. It was still above and below on my lid, but everywhere else gone. And I kind of need to see if I set my foundation base, if it stays, or what is going on with that, because it's a little frustrating. Then I go in with my Smashbox Full Exposure Mascara, and I'm just placing that all over my lashes. I'm gonna say this, I like this mascara. I don't love this mascara. I feel like the wand's too big for the sample. Then I'm going to go in with my Fenty foundation, and I have this in light neutral, and I'm just placing this all over my face. I don't usually put it on this way, but it was easier to do it this way than what I normally do. It's a lot less messy too with this foundation. Other foundations, not so much. This one didn't drip. And I will say I put enough on to kind of do a medium coverage. I don't tend to like full coverage. You can make this foundation full coverage if that is what you like. It's personally not what I like. Then I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Insta Age Rewind Concealer, and I'm going to place this on all of the high points of my face. Just kind of highlight the center and make it just look pretty. Then blend it all out with my Real Technique sponge. I've heard people talk about inconsistencies with these sponges, but I haven't really had any inconsistencies. I don't know, maybe I've just been really lucky. Then I'm going to go in with the Pretty Vulgar The Powder Room translucent powder, and I'm going to place that all over my face. I like to set this foundation because when I'm wearing an oil under it, if I don't set it, it kind of becomes runny and just weird. And I usually place an oil under any matte foundation I wear because I have normal to dry skin. Then I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Palette. This is the light to medium one, and I'm going to take that center shade there, Fawn, and I'm taking this on a Real Technique setting brush. This is not a typical contour brush by any means, but I like it for my face. It's very, very thin and very narrow, and I find that it's easier for me to place the contour shade. Then I'm going to go in with my Milani blush in Tea Rose, and I'm taking this on the Luxie blush brush. This is the 514 blush brush. This is my favorite blush brush, just so you guys know. I use it constantly. Next, I'm going to go into the Spotlight Highlight Palette, and I thought I was going to take Vivid, and then I decided to take Dream, just because it goes beautifully with what I have. And this is an AOA Studio brush. Yes, a Shop Miss A brush. This is my favorite highlighter brush. I have been using it for almost a year now, and it is still holding together. Now we're going back into the Harmony palette, and I'm going to take the shade Coffee, and we're going to run that on my lower lash line. I'm using kind of a pencil brush here, a pointed brush, so that I can get it perfectly onto my lower lash line. So I've been liking doing my eyeshadow prior to putting eyeliner in my waterline. It's just been working a whole lot better for me. This is the Kokie Professionals Velvet Smooth Eyeliner in Deepest Black. It's my favorite pencil black eyeliner right now. I like it better than the Urban Decay Perversion liner. So much better than that one. Then I'm going to go back into that highlighting palette, and I'm going to take the shade Dream, and I'm going to place this in my inner corner as well as a brow bone highlight. I thought this worked perfectly with the overall eyeshadow look. Now I'm going in with my Pat McGrath lipstick, and this is in Flesh 3. This is actually my favorite shade out of all of them. I do kind of feel weird because I've been using a lot of bullet lipsticks lately and not so many of my liquid lipsticks. I've used a few of them, but I don't know lately, because ever since I got these, I've just been kind of obsessed. Well, there is the final look. I do feel very pretty in this look. I also feel very grown up. I'm going to use my Mario Badescu Rose Water Spray. I use this as a setting spray. I use it however I want to use it, just because it's one of my favorite sprays and I still have it. I'm trying to use it up. We're just going to make that dry. Well, here is officially the final look. And I do hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you could, please give this video a like and hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment in the comment section because I do enjoy chatting with you guys. Well, thank you so, so much. I do hope you have a wonderful day, night, wherever you are, and bye! So the first shade I'm going into is Sienna, and I'm going to be taking this on to kind of a dense fluffy brush, and I'm going to be packing it in just above and into my crease slightly. I'm doing kind of windshield wiper motions in the beginning just to place everything where I want it, and I have a wet base of a concealer that I'm using. And then I'm going to bring that up a bit higher up towards my brows. That's just my personal preference.